that is about how I make homemade biscuits. I've been getting several inquiries about when are you gonna show us how to make homemade biscuits. So now this is the time. I'm going to show you how to make homemade biscuits. Really good homemade biscuits, you guys. So the ingredients you need to have to make these best darn homemade biscuits is that you need to have 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And then you need a cold stick of butter, and you're going to carve out 6 tablespoons of butter. Now you can use Crisco, I guess they call it lard, but you can use that as well, and I think they come in sticks as well. So you just measure it out the same as you would measure if you were doing butter. You're gonna need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and you're going to need 1 1/3 cup of buttermilk. I use buttermilk because these are buttermilk biscuits. So 1 1/3 cup of milk. Okay, so the supplies you're going to have, I've already mixed up my dry ingredients together. So they are already in here mixed up. And then one more thing that I want to tell you too that is a little different that I do. I prime my biscuits with a egg yolk. And the reason why I do that is because it gives it it gives it a golden look. So you can do either or, but I like it because it gives it a really nice golden look. Okay, so the supplies I'm going to be using, I know you're trying to figure out why do I have a beer mug. I don't use this to drink beer, but I use it to make my biscuits. I know this is crazy, but you do what you gotta do with what you got, okay? So I use this to make my biscuits, to cut my biscuits. And the reason why is because the mouth is wide. I like large biscuits. And you know, if you don't like large biscuits, that's all well and fine. You can get a cup if you don't have an actual dedicated, I call it biscuit cutter. You can get this, they come in a set. They come in all different sets. This is, I think this cutter is a size, let me get my glasses out, no I can't see. This is a 8 centimeter, 3 1/4 inch. So this will make a 3 1/4 inch biscuit. This, of course, as you can see, it sits inside, so it makes it a little bit larger. So this is why I love using this cup, because of the size of biscuits that I like. All right, so I think I've given you all the ingredients, but either way it goes, I will post it up somewhere in the video or what have you. So we're gonna go ahead and get started and mix these ingredients together. So like I said, I've already put my other ingredients into the mix, the flour. So I'm gonna give it another whirl again. I'm excited, you guys. I hope you are too, and I hope this recipe, you can stop looking for recipes and you finally found a recipe for a really good biscuit. Okay. So what you want to do, as I said before, you're going to cut out 6 tablespoons of butter. And that's going to be about right here. And as you cut this, you're wanting to, you're going to blend your butter into your mix. And it's best to go ahead and kind of chop it a little fine anyway, so that it'll blend into your batter pretty good. Okay. I'm using my fingers, y'all. I can do that. I'll watch you do yours too. All right. So the best way to do this is to get a fork. A fork will blend this in really, really well. And what you're trying to accomplish when you're blending your butter into your mix, you're trying to accomplish like little crumbs. After you blend it in, you know that you blended in pretty well is when it comes out to look like little crumbs. Okay. My grandmother, bless her soul, made awesome. My grandmother and granddad, both of them, bless their souls, make awesome biscuits, you guys. Oh my goodness. I tried my best to perfect their the way they made their biscuits. And it's nothing like you know, your mother or your grandparents, their cooking is nothing like how they cook, you know, because we grew up on it. Okay, so now, this is how, I hope you can see this, but this is how your batter should look, okay? Blend it up again. All right, so now it is time to just add your milk. That's all to it. Just add your milk. Okay. And then you're gonna blend this in really well too. All right. So I'm gonna bring you all close because I want you to see this. I hope you can see it. Okay. I might have you all up in my business, but that's all right. Okay, so this is how your batter should look after you pour the milk in it. Okay? Your batter should look doughy like. Okay. You might have a little crumbs left at the bottom. You can either add a little tap of milk just to get that out, but you really don't need it. You just keep blending it in and it'll absorb it up. Okay. So this is how, sorry about that, y'all. This is how your batter is looking. Okay. Now the next step you do is that you okay, so I'm saying you're kneading your dough when it should be kneading your dough. So excuse the incorrect pronunciation. And then you want to roll it out. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some flour on the counter. Okay, and spread it all around, give it love. And then you want to pour out your dough. Okay. All right. And the reason why you put your flour on your counter, your top or what have you, is to prevent your dough from sticking to the counter. Okay. Some of you guys already know that, but I'm just gonna I'm talking to the people who don't know. Okay. All right. And you just kneel it, and you just kneel and make sure that you just kind of getting everything in. You don't want to overdo it, because you want this baby to rise. Okay. Let me pull it back. All right, I hope you guys can see this very clear. So what I did was I nailed it out, and it's looking like this, okay? Like I said, I don't want to nail it too much. And then you want to take your pan and you want to kind of put some flour on this too, because you don't want your rolling pin to stick to your, you don't want your rolling pin to stick to your dough. Okay, some of you all may not have a rolling pin, but you should go out and purchase one if you're going to be doing a lot of baking, a lot of biscuit baking or whatever, or just any baking that's going to require you to roll your stuff out. Okay, so I can't remember how much this rolling pin costs because I've had it for years, you guys. Okay, so you can roll your biscuits out however wide you want it to roll it, and the wider you roll your dough, the thinner your biscuits are going to be. I don't like thin biscuits, I really don't. So what I do is that I roll it, I just kind of roll it out, and I'll just kind of show you. I roll it out not that thin, but I roll it out. I hope you can see. Let me pull it up to see if you can see it. Okay, so this is the thickness I roll the dough. Hopefully you can see it, but this is the thickness that I kind of rolled it, and that's going to give me a nice size fluffy biscuit. So then you take your cup and just kind of, you can either put it down on the counter and just put flour. Everything that you're using that's going to touch your dough, you need to base it down with flour. And again, it's to keep it from sticking to your equipment that you're using, or your tubes that you're using rather, to cut your biscuits or whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna base it down, and then I'm just gonna go to the edge and just cut my biscuits out. Okay, see how this biscuit look, you guys? That looks good. It's a nice size. Okay, and before you put it on your pan, make sure you spray your pan down. Spray it down so that it won't stick to your pan either. Okay, so I'm just gonna continue to just cut my biscuits out, you guys. Okay, and so what you do it all over again. After you've cut your biscuits out, you can just go ahead and start the process over again, rolling it out, nailing it. And just roll it out again. Okay. So I'm gonna take this last biscuit and just roll it up. And if I just want it to kind of fit the size, I'll just do that. It's gonna be a big biscuit though. Okay, so I'm gonna clean all this up so you can see what I am doing with the egg yolk. Make sure you clean up your area because you don't want the flour to get to the bottom on the back underneath your pan, and then you stick it in the oven, and then what happens is you start smelling a burning smell in your oven, and it's not that your biscuits are burning, it's because you got stuff underneath your pan. Okay, so with this egg yolk, I am going to take my brush. Get your little brush, or if you don't have a brush, you can use a napkin. You can just use like a little napkin, and you can dip it, and then you can just put it over your biscuit. But it would be good if you just got a brush. And I'm just going to mix the brine up. Mix it up. Okay. So I am going to, now you don't necessarily have to baste your biscuits with eggs or what have you. You can just baste it with butter if you like. But I just like doing it with, like I said, with the egg yolk because it gives it a really nice golden look. Okay? So hopefully you're able to see what I'm doing here. So I just take it and I just baste it on the top. Baste it, baste it, baste it. Okay. Make sure I have enough to get on. And it only takes like 1 egg yolk for 9 biscuits or 10. Okay. All right, so I have basted my biscuits with the egg yolk. Okay. So I am going to bake them on 450, and make sure you preheat your oven to 450 before you put your biscuits in. So I'm gonna bake it to on 450, and I'm gonna bake it between 15 and 20 minutes. It just depends upon your stove, you guys, but just bake it around that time, and no, do not extend it because your biscuits, and especially if you're gonna do the basting on the top, it's going to burn your biscuits. Well, it's not gonna burn it, it's just the topping of it is going to be a little darker. So, but between 15 and 20 minutes, depending on your stove, that's how long it takes to bake these biscuits, you guys. So stay tuned, and we're going to sample these biscuits, okay? All right. Okay, this is at 13 minutes left, you guys. I just wanted to bring you along the journey so you can see when you're baking your biscuits depending upon your oven, at what level your biscuits will rise. And as you can see, mine's they are pretty up there, but they're not browned, and I got about now 12 minutes. Okay, so I have taken the biscuits out of the oven, and these are the end results. They are the end result. This is the end results. And I am going to, I always like to add butter once I'm done. Even though I primed it, I still like to add butter. So you can take the remainder of your stick of butter and just kind of go around your biscuits. They're hot right now, but go around your biscuits and kind of butter it up, y'all. Just get all up in there. Biscuits turned out really nice. And I hope this was a simple recipe for you guys. It wasn't, like I said, and it took about, it didn't take 20 minutes because it didn't take 20 minutes, but that's why I said you can gauge it between 15 and 20 minutes. It took me about, maybe about a good 15 minutes, maybe 14, a little close to 15 minutes or what have you. Okay, so this is it. I'm gonna wait till they cool off a little bit, and then I will cut the biscuit open so you can see how it looks. Okay, all right. Okay, let me get a plate, y'all, so y'all can see. Right. Okay, use a plate. All right, this pan is hot, y'all. I don't want to burn myself. I got a lot of burn marks on me already. Okay, so look how they look, all buttered up, y'all. Can you see that? They all buttered up. You know what? Let me just get the camera and bring it around. Just kind of get y'all. Rub your nose in it. Let me just rub your nose in it, y'all. Okay. I hope you can see it. Alright. Okay, so these are how the biscuits are looking, y'all. Ooh, I'm ready to sink my teeth in them now. Okay. Okay, so let me cut the biscuit open for you all. Okay, I am getting ready to taste this biscuit. It looks so good. Let me hold it up for you. Man, the biscuit, and this is the bottom, how the bottom look, okay? So if you decide that you don't want to put the, baste it with the yolk, the yolk, I'm getting confused. If you don't want to baste it with the yolk, then this is probably how, you know, it's gonna look without the base on it. But it's still good, and it's not as dark. It won't be as dark, okay? So I'm gonna cut into this biscuit and let you guys see how the inside of it looks. And it cuts very smooth. You see how that just guys up in there, y'all? Woo! It's gonna be good. Okay, and look at that. I think you can see the piping hot. Look at that. It's gonna be good. I'm telling you now, it's gonna be good. Okay, so let me put some of my grape jam on this. I didn't have any other preserves, so just grape jam, y'all. Okay, so let's give it this moment test. Cover my biscuit back up or what have you. It just melts in your mouth, y'all. This is so good. I'm gonna show you guys how you can use this same biscuit batter to make other tasty breads or what have you. So until next time, I want you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I will have the recipe posted so you guys will have it. And thank you so much for spending your time and even looking at this video in general. I appreciate it. So please spread the news, okay? This biscuit is so doggone good. It's good. It's really good, y'all. Okay, talk to you later. Bye. Mwah.